Sarah had always dreamed of a love story, like the ones she'd read about in books, full of warmth, trust, and shared dreams. But when she married David, those dreams began to fray at the edges. At first, David was charming. He had a way with words, a smile that could light up a room. But soon, the cracks started to show. He would forget anniversaries, birthdays, and little moments that meant the world to her. He'd make promises to take her out for dinner, only to cancel at the last minute, often with little explanation. Sarah would wait at the restaurant, watching couples laugh and share their meals, wondering what was wrong with her. It wasn't just the broken promises. David's mood swings grew more frequent. He would come home late from work, retreat into his office, and barely acknowledge Sarah when he did speak. It was often dismissive, as though her concerns were an inconvenience. "Why do you always make such a big deal out of nothing?" he'd say when she asked him about his late nights. There was no warmth in their home anymore. No shared laughter, no simple joy of being together. Sarah tried to make things work, hoping that with time, things would change. But David's behavior only became colder. He would ignore her texts, snap at her over trivial matters, and spend more time with his friends than with her. One night, Sarah was cleaning the kitchen when she found a receipt in David's coat pocket, hidden under a pile of papers. It was for a fancy restaurant one she'd wanted to go to for months, but it wasn't her name on the receipt. It was another woman's. Her heart sank as she realized what had been going on. The betrayal hit harder than any cruel words he had ever spoken. She confronted him, and David's response was a chilling silence. There were no apologies, no explanations, just a shrug as if it was all so insignificant. "I'm not happy anymore," he said coldly. "I don't know if I ever was." The words felt like a slap in the face. Sarah had tried to be everything for him, to make their life together something worth holding onto. But it had never been enough. That night, Sarah packed her things and left the house that was supposed to be their home. She had spent years trying to fix something that was broken beyond repair. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't what she had ever imagined for herself. But in that moment, she realized she deserved better than to be with someone who had never truly loved her. As she walked away, the weight of the silent storm that had raged in their marriage lifted, and for the first time in a long while, Sarah felt the lightness of freedom.